Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. In today's video, we're going to take a look at that sweet 2018 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD Longbed. It's not often that you actually see a Longbed Tacoma, and when I got the chance to shoot this thing, I jumped at it. And we're going to take a look at the inside, the outside, how all the features work. We're going to take a look at the specs. We're especially going to take a look at that big long bed. By the end of this video, you're going to know a lot about this awesome Tacoma. So let's jump right in. The MSRP of this Tacoma TRD Sport 4x4 double cab long bed is $36,725 before any optional equipment. This one's got a little bit of optional equipment. Plus you've got a $995 delivery, processing, and handling fee. And after you add on the installed options, your grand total of this one comes to $38,496. It has a 3.5 liter Atkinson cycle V6 with dual VVTi, that's variable valve timing with intelligence. Produces 278 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. And 265 pound-foot of torque at 4,600 RPM. There in the far corner is going to be your brake fluid. That's where that golden fluid is. There's going to be your battery, positive on the left, negative on the right. Do not ever get those mixed up. Your engine oil fill is going to be right there. And that is fully synthetic engine oil, 0W20, power steering fluid, that dark blue container. And then the light blue is going to be your washer fluid. Big old air box right there. It does have to breathe. The fuel economy is going to be 18 miles per gallon in the city, 22 miles per gallon on the highway, with a combined fuel economy of 20 miles per gallon. And that's going to give you an annual fuel cost of around $1,800, assuming you drive around 15,000 miles at $2.40 per gallon of gas. Here's the key for your Tacoma. You can see it's a pretty simple key system. It's that smart key system, so you never have to put it in the ignition. You can just keep it on you the whole time. You can see at the top is the lock button. Below that is unlock. At the very bottom is going to be the hold button, and that is the panic alarm. And then you can see here it says push on the side. So if you push it in and then pull at the very bottom, it pulls out this metal key, and that's never going to be used to start the truck. That's only used in the event that the battery in the key fob dies and you need to use it to get into the driver's door. There is a key hole in the driver's door that you can use. But if you want to replace the battery, you can see there's a little slot right there. You can just put that right there and twist it, pop it right open, and it's a watch battery in order to restore your key again. Nice and easy. When you press lock, it locks all the doors. If you press unlock once, it unlocks the driver's door. Press unlock twice, it unlocks all four doors. Now right now, all four doors are locked. I'm going to show you the way you get into the truck. I've got the key fob in my pocket. And after I close the door, I just touch the top corner of the door handle and the door's all locked. Take a look at the integrated signal there in that driver's side rearview mirror. I really like the way that LED turn signal looks there. It's actually super bright, and that's a great safety feature. Fog lights right there, and then those halogen headlights. Those daytime running lights are really slick. You can see the camera refresh rate is having a hard time with them there, but you can see they're kind of blinky looking. It has a 6-speed automatic transmission with automatic limited slip differential, 4-wheel drive demand, and that's a part-time 4x4 system with a 2-speed and electronically controlled transfer case. The wheels are a 17-inch machined alloy with P265/65/17 tires, and in this case it's going to be Firestone Destination. And in order for you to maximize the towing capacity of the Tacoma, Toyota threw on a tow hitch receiver with an engine oil cooler, power steering cooler, 130 amp power connector with a 4 to 7 pin connector, and trailer sway control. In the front of the Tacoma, you have a coil spring double wishbone suspension. In the back, you have a leaf spring suspension system with sport tuned shocks. Those little wings that you see right there are on the front of the Tacoma, and they just route air down the side of the vehicle in order to make it cut through the air more efficiently. These things are all over the Tacoma. We're looking at the one on the passenger side right now, and this is just in the door frame, right there on the mirror. Can you find the little wing in this picture? It's right there, right above the tailpipe. What about here? Yep, right on the brake light. And there's probably more on the Tacoma. I just hadn't found them yet. Check this shot out. This is so cool. The color of this Tacoma is called Silver Sky Metallic. Now compare that color on the truck to the color of the sky right now. Isn't that pretty cool? It's basically the same color. You can see a couple of pinks in the sky there off to the right, but for the most part, that's incredible. Toyota nailed it. It's a Silver Sky Metallic. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I wanted to shoot this Tacoma today. It's got that big old long bed, and I love that long bed. It's a much bigger truck than you anticipate that it is if you've not seen one in person. You can see there on the right side, there is a white thing in the far right corner, and that is actually an electric outlet. Just in front of that is going to be a little storage area. And then on the far left side, you've got another little storage area with a couple of little handles. And you can also see at the top of the bed rails, there are like these lines on the far left and the far right. And that's part of the Tacoma deck rail system. And that essentially allows you to put anchor points in custom areas toward the front, toward the back, in case you have things that you need to move and you need to move around the tie down points. That's what that's for. It also comes with these big cleats that you can put into there. We'll show you that in just a second as well. You also have tie down points there in the floor of the bed, far left, far right. And of course, that tailgate is removable. Here are the cleats that I was telling you about. They come in a bag, and I don't want to open the bag up, but this is what they look like. So this metal part down here, that's what actually attaches into that deck rail system. And then this is what basically sticks up, and you can hook things into that part right there. And then this part right there in the middle, that's what you actually turn to tie it down and to lock it in and move it around. You get 4 of these with the deck rail system. The interior of this Tacoma is wonderful. I really, really like it. It's tough, but it's comfortable. The bolsters that you see there on the driver's seat are really, really firm, nice and deep. They're gonna support you. And of course, the same thing goes for the back seat. You see you've got 3 seat belts there in the back seat, so technically this is a 5-passenger vehicle. You have side impact airbags there on the front seat. You also have side impact airbags for the rear. Very, very safe vehicle. You can see a dot right there. That's gonna be for a child safety seat. And you can get a couple of child safety seats there in that back seat. You can see that you can take that back of that back seat and fold it down for more cargo capacity there. And I'll show you how I got there. It's really just that easy. Power windows, power door locks for your back passengers as well. Those rubber cargo mats, that is an additional accessory that they're gonna charge you for. Here's the power window, power door lock situation from the driver's seat. You can see that it's all one-touch automatic for the front windows, and then up and down, not one-touch automatic for the back windows. That's gonna lock your windows, and then that's lock and unlock on the doors, and then that controls your power windows. I really like all the materials here on the inside of the driver's door. You can see that you've got kind of a split there. There's a hard material right there and a softer material right there. That's going to be nice for you to rest your arm on while you're driving. Nice deep handle there. And then a couple of cup holders right there in the very bottom of that driver's door. And over here on the far left is going to be your turn signal stalk, also your headlight and your fog lights. You can see that this is in the off position right now, and I can turn that, and that cuts on the daytime running lights. That's like your parking lights, and then that's headlights on. Right here, fog lights on. And right here is going to be your windshield wiper stalk. That's pretty self-explanatory. You can just push it up for mist, off, intermittent, low, high, and that controls the intermittent speed right there. You can pull it toward you in order to wash your windshield off. See that? You see ECT power, and ECT power stands for electronically controlled transmission, and that allows you to put it into power mode. It's going to change the shift points to give you more torque. You can push that and it's going to move it left and right. Whenever you pull it up, it's going to close the window, the rear window, and whenever you push it down, it's going to open the rear window. And then finally, you have a couple of places to plug things in right there. That's going to be a USB and an auxiliary port, and then that's your Qi wireless charger. So you can put a cell phone there and it'll charge it right there. I wonder if it has to be hooked up. This is my regular cell phone and I've never hooked it up via Bluetooth. Look at that, it's charging it. That's crazy talk. You've got a couple of cup holders there. Here's your shifter, and so you can see right there you've got park and reverse, neutral, drive, all that. And then there's going to be your backup camera. So right now it's focused all the way down to give you a view of the tow hitch. And that's a customizable view. I like that. That's pretty cool, obviously, if you're backing up so you don't crush something. This is going to be our touch screen system. You've only really got a couple of buttons here. There's that one, and that's going to be for your power and volume, and then tune and scroll right there. But then everything else is nice and flat, and I love how quick the response time is on this screen. Man, that is fantastic. So when you press audio, you can see all of your audio functions right there. All your stations are here. It's on FM right now, so if I wanted to memorize a station, I tune it here, then I press and hold the number that I want it to go to, and it just memorized that station. You can go here and you can actually pause live radio if you wish. You have options right there, so that's scan, then HD radio. You can go to navigation, and that's going to be your screen there. And then you can also see green arrows up and down the screen. That's the XM Nav traffic, so that gives you a real-time perspective on the actual traffic conditions. And of course, those arrows are going to change from red to yellow to green. So right now in the area that I'm sitting, all the traffic is flowing smoothly. And then you have destination, DEST, so this is how you enter a destination according to these different points. Address is like 123 Main Street. Point of interest, or POI, is going to be by name, so like Mid-State Toyota. Category, car dealership, or phone number. You can plug in the state or the province right there so it can search specifically. Previous destination, obviously, that's previous destinations, places you've gone before. Address book is places that you've memorized. Emergency, that's going to be fire station, hospital, police station type stuff. Intersection, map, and coordinates. These are going to be quick access points here, so you can set your home right there. And you can set your home now if you wish. I recommend you don't actually set your real physical address there. Set an address that's a few houses away from yours. That way, if a bad guy or a girl takes your Tacoma, they won't be able to hit that and go to your house and rob your house as well. 1 through 5, this is places that you're going to go most often, you know, like work or a vacation home or Mid-State Toyota, whatever. Then there's home. This is a customizable screen. I love this screen. So you can go to settings, home screen. It's set to use a 3-panel format. I actually prefer not phone but weather, and then you can hit OK and check it out. You have FM radio or radio at the top left. You have weather at the bottom left, and then map at the far right. And you know what's really neat is that these are selectable. So when you touch one of the portions of the screen in the home screen, it expands the whole screen to that particular one. So watch this, weather, boom, whole screen. Then you can go 3-day, and you can see in this area there's going to be the chance of thunderstorms all 3 days. That home screen is absolutely fantastic. You can go back to apps, and what I really recommend is going to setup. And this is how you're going to set the Tacoma to work exactly the way you want it to work according to these different settings right here. So the thing that you're going to want to do when you get one of these is start with general and go and customize the truck in accordance to exactly the way you want it to be in all of these different settings, okay? So that is a really neat thing to do, is to go to setup. If you don't do setup kind of like from the start, then you probably never will, and you won't be able to fully utilize, you know, what you can do in this truck, or how you can basically customize it to exactly the way you want it to be. Okay, everybody, that's going to wrap up our look for this awesome 2018 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD Longbed Sport Squared. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps you enjoy your ride. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and you want to have more of these videos brought to you as soon as I make them. And also share this with someone that you think might enjoy it as much as you did. And the last thing, most important thing in this whole video, have a wonderful day, everybody.